What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. So last Saturday, we just seen a fantastic fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. This was an absolute war. This is probably the best heavyweight fight we've seen since Joshua Klitschko. This was a fantastic fight, and this is the final fight of their trilogy. Now, after the fight, after the come down a couple days later, I started thinking to myself, what fight can bring this type of energy back into boxing? Because on Saturday night, man, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram was buzzing about the fight. And immediately, I thought of Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. I know we're tired of asking for the fight, but if we don't ask for it, we won't get it. Yes, I know I've made videos in the past saying how I don't think the fight can ever be the same again because of Errol Spence's accident, but we still want to see it. And they having a trouble with the split, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20. We've heard all kinds of numbers. What they can do is learn from what Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder did. With those fights, you never heard problems of splits and all this and negotiating. The only thing you heard of problems as far as negotiating is the rematch clause. Other than that, you haven't heard any problems about the money. Now, I know what you guys are probably going to say. Some of you Errol Spence fans are going to say, well, he's way more popular than Terence Crawford. One, we don't know that because Terence Crawford hasn't been in the ring with anybody that's going to be as competitive as a Sean Porter as he is going to be November 20th. So let's see how those numbers come out before we start saying who's a much, much bigger draw. But even if the numbers are comparable, or who knows, Terence Crawford may come a little bit more than Errol Spence did with Sean Porter. We need to see this fight. And if the money is the concern, look what Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder just did in their trilogy. They made a lot of money in 3 fights, not one. The longer you guys wait to make this fight, the less chance you guys get to fight again. Because you got to remember, there's money in the rematch as well. You guys are thinking, one step at a time. Let's think, 2-3 steps at a time. This fight, it's going to be a fantastic fight because both are offensive fighters, both are high quality. Terence Crawford is definitely a Hall of Famer. Errol Spence, I want to say he's on his way. I have to review his resume again, but he's definitely on his way to being a Hall of Famer. Both of you guys are relatively young in your prime. This is going to be a fantastic fight. So people are going to want to see it again and possibly again. And that's where the money is. The money is in 3 fights, not you getting 60-40 in 1 fight. You have to think long term. Joe Frazier versus Muhammad Ali. They went 3 times. Evander Holyfield, Riddick Bowe. Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns went twice. You understand what I'm saying? Rematches and trilogies, it's a part of boxing. Marco Antonio Barrera versus Eric Morales. Gotti Ward. There's a bunch of fights where it went 3 fights, 2 fights. And the fighters came out not only with a better legacy, but more money. And I understand sometimes the fighters go, listen, we fight for money. We don't fight for legacy. We don't fight for the fans. We don't do this. We don't do that. But a trilogy is a good way of doing both. You're giving the fans both. Hey, listen, this is for my legacy. And you're giving the yourself, hey, man, these 3 fights are going to set my grandkids up. Because that's the type of level of fight this is going to be. This fight would be, $20-30 million each for the first one. And who knows for the second and third. This is a big, big fight. And I feel like if Errol Spence and Terence Crawford was to look at what just happened on Saturday night and see what happened on Twitter and how everybody reacted, I think they should follow suit. Follow suit. Make the fight. And you guys can rematch and then rematch again. This is a fantastic fight that the fans want. The YouTubers are going to blow up and do the promoting for you. And then again, you guys have promoters, so they'll do the promoting. And then us, people who for people who don't have a YouTube page but are big boxing fans, they're going to tell their casual friends, listen, I know you don't watch boxing a lot, but this is a fight you got to see. This is a fight you have to see. So I hope this message gets out to them, because I would love to see this fight. And if I can see this fight more than once, that'll make me very, very, very happy. But all right, guys, that's my video. Make sure you hit that like button, comment in the comment section, hit the subscribe button, and follow me on Twitter @_BroadwayJoel. All right, guys, until next time. Peace.